I should have guessed that the City of Lights would be rife with bar dogs, dancing dogs and singing dogs, even hallucinating hounds, so it wasn't until 3 days later, drinking gimlets with a pink poodle in Sausalito, that I heard about the beer-drinking bulldog over by Sonoma. And this concludes another chapter of some mystery story I picked up at a Korean bookstore, which will probably be very much like the mystery story we are tackling tonight, and which we may continue next week. Welcome to another adventure game stream here at twitch.tv/purblindgamer. I hope everybody is doing well and had a good weekend. I got a few important things done. Kind of missed the GOG Star Wars sale, but that's okay. I either would have bought stuff that I didn't need or that I already have on CD-ROM. But got a little work for my actual job done this weekend. Feel like I'll be able to finish up the big silly project by end of day Tuesday, which is good. Plus that means I shouldn't stream too late, so I can get up and get to work timely tomorrow and be well rested, as opposed to just chugging a few espressos and being like, that's a good enough equivalent for rest. If you can't sleep, drink caffeine. It has the same effect on your body. Rejuvenation. Yeah. Note, Purblind Gamer LLC is not, in fact, a licensed physician. I'm not even a licensed gamer. And thank you to everybody who came out to my last couple of streams. Last night we played Anne, a really cool RPG Maker horror game. And before that, we started Assassin's Creed. I know, we're playing so many mainstream games, and tonight we're playing Nancy Drew. I mean, I don't know if you'd call it mainstream, but it seems like every third or fourth person I get into my streams is like, oh yeah, I played 30 of those games, because there were a lot of them. If Carol Reed keeps up at the speed she's going, she'll catch up to Nancy Drew eventually. Yeah, this is one of the newer, later, I guess, because they went on hiatus after a certain point. But I've mostly been playing older Nancy Drew games, and this is 28 or something? So one of the later ones. I got it on CD-ROM because, well, it was a birthday present for my friend's 30th birthday, because this was one that they had on Windows Mac Hybrid CD. And then I'm like, it's already used. I should play it before I give it to anybody for their birthday. That's not how birthday presents generally go, is it? But I ramble. Announcements. A new community challenge is live. If it sounds like something people would enjoy, making me possibly suffer, everybody feel free to dump points into that. And I did post on the what's it called, my channel, the Retroactive Discord, asking for anybody who can help me try and get Bob the Schizo working right. So we'll see. I ain't given up on that one yet. I haven't given up on getting several different games to work right or stream them yet. And I'm trying to get a copy of Bulldozer Bob, another obscure one with a protagonist named Bob. Is there something else I was going to announce? Who bloody knows? Let's go ahead and start Nancy Drew, the ghost of Thornton Hall. Ghost should so be capitalized. It is. What is? I swear, sometimes they'll override the capital letters that I type in on-screen text. It's don't ask me to explain.
Dare to play.
Fancy new logos. I And it's widescreen. Oh no, it's not. There are black bars. But it's borderless full screen, and they have an option to make it windowed, like right there in settings. You know, a lot of other developers could take note here. Just saying. Ooh, extras. No hints, but then we don't get to call Bess and George and Frank and Joe and bother them. Oh, wow.
What time is it?
Late.
Savannah? Is that you? What's wrong?
I got a case for you.
Can it wait until later?
I'm sorry, it can't. There's been a kidnapping. A girl just a little older than you.
Shouldn't the
Serious
police
case.
be taking care of this?
There's only so much they can do, and she needs to be found before something bad happens.
What do you mean?
The call came in for me, but I can't go. Thornton Hall is a dangerous place for people like me.
Ghost hunters, you mean? So people think it's haunted?
They know. Jessalyn needs someone who ain't afraid to run after her. That ain't me. What I'm asking of you is dangerous.
After everything you did for me in Japan, I'll do it.
Thank you. Drive to the airport now. I'll arrange a ticket. And Nancy, I didn't call you just because you're a good detective. I called you because you're a skeptic. Thornton Hall is no place for anyone who believes.
Then you called the right detective.
I'm serious. You think long and hard about that before you get on that plane. If what you find on the island is going to get to you, don't go. Stay home.
Don't worry, I'm on the case.
Ooh, looks like we stumbled on one of the horror games in the series, chat. I mean, it does have ghosts in
You
the
sure
title.
about this?
I am.
Watch yourself around the Thorntons. They earned their bad reputation.
Well, thanks for being concerned. I should be okay.
Well, it depends who's here. Hope for your sake Wade's not skulking around. Or that loony bin reject, Harper. But it's Charlotte you best watch for.
That's
Black
not
Rock
nice.
Island belongs to her now. Has ever since the night the fire took her. Take care now.
You say Charlene? Hey, should I lower the volume a touch, chat? I wonder which game they like changed their engine on. I mean, maybe they've done it a couple of times. Yeah, let me know if that's a better volume, chat. Pardon me. Oh, nice. It changed to a different cursor. Scavenger list. 21 items to search and find. Saw a bat. Oh. We'll just take that with us. Dare say Nancy will want to complete the scavenger hunt herself. There. Well, try to decide how much we should explore outside. Let's go to the house. Gonna look around outside later.
Jessalyn?
Excuse me?
Sorry. Of course you're not. I'm just tired.
No, don't be. I'm Nancy.
You're here to help?
Savannah Woodham called me in. She seems to think there's a supernatural explanation to Jessalyn's disappearance.
A couple of days back, that would have earned an eye roll. I'm Colton, the fiance. Welcome to Thornton Hall. I'd extend you all the courtesies of the Thornton clan, but We seem to be about 20 years too late for that. You might need this.
Falling on hard
I
times.
found it in the house.
Oh, is it a cell phone? Yeah, I guess so.
Is this Jessalyn's?
Yeah, it's dead though. And the charger got mangled by something. Maybe you could channel all that inquisitive energy into seeing if you can get that old phone back up and running.
Maybe you could buy an effing new charger on eBay, Colton?
Were you and Jessalyn getting married soon?
Yes?
Any chance this is just pre-wedding jitters?
She might have had second thoughts about the wedding. Trust me, everyone does. But she never let anyone worry about her like this. She loved her family more than anything.
I mean, if you're saying everyone does...
Is it safe to assume you had second thoughts about the wedding?
I never said that.
True, but you implied it. You said, trust me, everyone does.
Are you nobody,
I
Colton?
know. I remember it like it was just moments ago.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Well, Nancy's not even going to address that level of sarcasm. It's like something... Maybe those are just stains from age on the columns. Just the wind, right, chat? Just the wind. Wow, it's gloomy in here, even with the lights on. No overhead lights? The same one, yeah. Oh, yeah, they really make the cursor glow. I appreciate that. They like improved off their own formula for the visually impaired. Ooh, turpentine. Sort of thing that streamers drink.
This looks like a painting. I should find somewhere to place it.
Can't examine it. Oh, nice. They even gave Nancy a smartphone. That's fun. When I sure as hell didn't have a smartphone when this game was released. Electricity manual. Making batteries with common household items. Oh, we should try this at home, chat. Portable electronics are a driving force in the modern age, but the history of the battery can be traced back to 200 BCE and the so-called Baghdad battery. Discovered in the 1930s during an archaeological dig, the Baghdad battery is a clay vessel containing a copper cylinder and an iron rod, which show evidence of corrosion. This object is believed to be an ancient battery, most likely used for electroplating. While today's batteries are more advanced, they use the same basic principles. There are three main components to a typical battery. Two terminals made of differing metals are the positively charged electrode, known as the anode, and the negatively charged electrode, known as the cathode. Oh. Like anion and cation. The third component is the electrolyte. Yep, I think we read that right. Which separates the terminals and allows the charge to flow between them. The basic design can be created out of common household items. Coins. Potato. Fruit. Soda. Vinegar. In a second. We can't take the picture. Hotel Chatham. 600 rooms, 500 baths. We'll come back to that.
I don't have all the parts I need.
Oh. Thought for a second that was, like a hanged lady in a dress. But no, it's... What are those? Oh, cotton gin. Okay. Ooh. Super 8 film projector. Ooh, coins. Don't mind if I do. Which I'm guessing we can use to make the battery. It's a picker. Oh, fruit picker. Okay. Thornton family cotton processing. This door is from the barn that housed the equipment for processing the cotton. Many a worker lost their fingers in the processing room. That's awful.
That didn't sound good.
Oh. You made a fatal error. Was that booby trapped? Wow. What, 15 minutes into the game and we've already gotten Nancy disemboweled with a scythe. Good times. The game did warn me. Balance or something. No. Got a trowel. Well, we'll come back to that whole getting through there without dying thing. Did you guys see a shadow? Like of a man walking away? Just for a second? Guess not. Or maybe yes. I think that goes outside.
You must be Nancy.
Yes, you must be Clara, Jessalyn's mother.
Yes.
I want you to know that I'm here to help you with anything you need.
That's real sweet, hon.
I know you may not want
She
me
seems
here
friendly.
since you didn't actually call me yourself.
So long as you help me find Jessalyn, you're welcome under what's left of my roof here.
Who did Jessalyn come here with?
Addison. I tried talking to her, but she was a wreck. Here.
Addison Hammond.
She'll have calmed down a bit by now. I hope.
What do you think happened to Jessalyn?
You wouldn't know by the look of this dump, but we're worth a great deal of money. Well, that's what I thought this was. But then, no. Not yet, at least. I can't believe I'm praying for a ransom note to show up. It's like someone's trying to punish us.
Why do you say that?
Thornton Hall was once something truly beautiful. But so much greed and tragedy built up in these walls that when they started to crumble, I wanted to save this place, make it mine. But I couldn't. So whoever took Jessie wanted us to sit here in this broken down old house waiting for her.
Well, if you're worth so much money, why can't you afford to fix the house? How much are we talking? Also, is there a finder's fee for Jessalyn?
Is there any chance Jessalyn's disappearance could be cold feet?
My Jessie would never put her family through this nightmare, never.
Were things good between Colton and Jessalyn?
They had their rows and their romantic dinners, same as any couple. Colton had some... Well, hon, he had some issues, but they worked through them.
Characters' faces seem more expressive in this game, too.
You mentioned that Colton had some issues. What did you mean?
To put it delicately, family issues. Never you mind, it has nothing to do with what's going on now.
I know, it's the South. We don't speak ill of others.
Why is everyone here? Shouldn't we be out searching for Jessalyn?
I closed down the company. The entire staff is out combing the woods. I said, sit home or join the search. You get paid either way. Not a soul stayed home. Jessalyn grew up in the business. She's got a lot of people looking out for her. I can be thankful for that. The police recommended a presence here. They said we'd have a better chance of noticing if something was off here, knowing the place and all.
I'd better get going.
See you later, hon.
I was gonna say, I do like it when they have, characters come back from earlier games, and I wonder what game Savannah was in before. It was set in Japan. Hiram Thornton. Or no, Hiriam Thornton. I haven't heard that name before. 1867 to 1937.
Can't do that right now.
What is it? Oh, it's a briefcase. No. It's like... It's called sanitarium. We have to wait until she's not looking.
Can't do that right now.
No. Espionage in a bonnet. Female secret agents of the Civil War. Oh, that sounds fun. A long cold night on Black Rock. Okay, well, at least read this one. The years of plenty would soon be upon the Thornton clan, but they would not come without a price. In order to keep a close watch on the production facility, Jeb had a small factory built on the Blackrock property. He did not foresee the potentially disastrous possibilities. When the winds grew cold and the waves made passage back to the mainland difficult, the workers were granted permission to stay overnight in the factory. Redacted, 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 redacted. None survived. Sarah was the first to enter the factory the morning after the accident, and never recovered from the shock of what she found within. Many within the town held Sarah in high regard for her kind, open nature. The employees in particular had an unwavering appreciation for Sarah, who had taken on the role of caregiver once the family moved onto the island, affectionately calling her Nana. She'd visit the factory twice a day with bread and treats, even offering a warm bed in the main house to an employee who fell ill. Shortly after the tragedy, Jeb began construction of a housing unit for inclement weather, and immediately restalled the factory, despite Sarah's wishes. While Jeb seemed justifiably upset, he was determined to maintain the family business no matter what. When the new employees arrived on the island, Sarah retired to her room, refusing to leave until her death a few years later. It's been said that a handwritten note found in her pocket read, "We have sown the black seeds of death, and forevermore will harvest only blood." Evidence suggests that this note may have been fabricated, but the chilling message remains a popular element of Thornton lore. Jeb was hit hard by the loss of his wife, but remained steadfast in his attempts to grow the family business into something worth the tragic cost of the lives it had taken. Jeb's drive became somewhat of a family trait after his passing a few years later, as did Sarah's discomfort with the business. In the generations to come, a dogged dedication to the company or the queasiness with their ill-gotten wealth became the two defining characteristics of the Thornton clan. Even the most beloved family members eventually had to choose a side. Yeah, it's kind of late in the year to be sowing those black seeds of death, because, wait until the spring, right? How are you, AWOL Trooper? Guys, please go check out AWOL Trooper, a miniature painting streamer. Hope you're having a good weekend. Well, I guess weekend's wrapping up. 1866. Oh, wow. Coming from small town Virginia, I've seen buildings that look like that. Well, that's great, AWOL Trooper. Yeah. I know. Later, Nancy drew with improved graphics. The story's off to a good start. Jeb Thornton, 1839 to 1901, and Sarah Emma Wakeman, 1842 to 1887. And she didn't take his name when she was married? Oh, well, maybe that picture's from before she was married. Wow. That piano looks like it was dropped on the head of a hapless digital art student, killing her. I seen it happen. Fruit. Oh yeah, we can't search through the briefcase, but Clara won't notice if we just take all the oranges right under her nose. There? Yeah. Even tangerines. They're kind of small oranges.
I already have one.
Some kind of leaf. It looks like a lemon in there, but maybe it's, I don't know.
I need to add some tea first.
It's mint. Don't mind if I do. I assume we'll have to make tea to order at some point. So,
I need to find something to remove these nails.
what nails? Oh. Yeah, the family has fallen on hard times. They can't even afford overhead lights. Oh, cotton. Checks out.
It looks like the painting is missing.
Franklin Thornton. But why? Too dark to read.
What's that smudge? It almost looks like something was painted over.
Is that Clara? Wait, we had some turpentine.
I can't pour this directly on the painting.
I know. Just a little bit. Savannah did it. Or no, Addison. Addison did it.
Back there. What is that? Are those graves?
It's a gravestone, all right, but there's a man standing there, or a woman. Can't tell if it's a man or a woman, but there's somebody standing there. There's that. No, they should go straight to the door. Oh, is that the table? No. The Thorntons of Black Rock Island. The last flight of Karenina and Dodge. Roger, Dodge as he was known to his friends, never let his difficulties stand in his way. As a child, he found he was defined by a persistent stutter that would follow him throughout his life. He'd often state that his difficulties with speech led him to be a somewhat shy child. He grew to be a bookish young man with a deep love of the language. Despite his great intelligence, he struggled to find his place in the world. That changed when he met Mariana in the spring of his freshman year. As a boy, he wrote in a letter sent to a longtime friend, I felt sorry for myself because I couldn't speak. Now I only feel sorry for those who cannot listen. Mariana knows how to listen, and she's taught me how to be heard. By all accounts, Mariana was quite taken with Dodge immediately. According to an oft-told anecdote, Dodge once proclaimed that he would love her until the day he could say her name without a single hesitation. On the spot, she declared that he was henceforth to call her Mariana Karenina. The joke solidified into a nickname once the couple noticed the scandalized reactions she received from the stuffier members of the Thornton clan. Always a bit mischievous, Mariana was never quite in step with the rest of the family. She was known for her wicked sense of humor and often envied for the privileged position she held. Usually the first person that relatives would turn to with a problem, Mariana led the family through many troubled times. But the real trouble began on a stormy night in the middle of winter. Mariana had been asked to meet with the head of a small agricultural company the Thornton business had been hoping to acquire. The papers had been drawn up, but there was still some uncertainty on the part of the company's owners. Madrigal Stock and Grain. Mariana was tasked with assuaging their worries and getting the papers signed. Roger, as usual, was by her side. One can only guess their last moments together. This we know. The small prop plane crashed in an empty field after running into an unexpectedly strong storm. All 4 passengers died on impact, along with the 2-person flight crew. Those who knew the pair knew that at the very least they must have been relieved to have each other's company in those last moments as the plane fluttered down from the sky. That's sad. Jessalyn Thornton. Let's just take us back to the stairs. Yeah.
Hi.
What do you think of Clara?
She's just a little severe until you get to know her.
And
That's a
then...
good way to put it.
I wouldn't know.
You're still getting to know her. This is your mother-in-law we're talking about.
You're holding something back.
So what if I am?
Hey, I'm trying to find your fiance, buddy. She ain't my fiance. Exactly what this device is. Okay. We need vinegar and salt. Fruit. Using acidic fruits, e.g. lemons, limes, and oranges, press 1 copper coin and 1 nail into each fruit. Connect all the fruits together in a row by attaching a positive terminal clip to the nail in one fruit and the opposite negative terminal clip to the coin in another fruit. Attach the final positive and negative clips to the electronics to be powered. We've got coins and fruit, but that's why we need those nails. She said something about nails, didn't she? But where was it? Oh, now I see. They're in the wall. Maybe it is a little on the dark side. I wonder. Right. No brightness, huh? Yeah, it's supposed to be dark and gloomy. Nothing to interact with here. Right. Seems, yeah, here seems like a likely place to find a hammer or a pry bar or something, but I haven't seen one. Not one. No. By the projector. Yeah, maybe we should explore around outside a touch more. Can't go past the haunted porch swing, which is no longer swinging.
Hey,
How did you and Jessalyn meet?
I saw her one day and thought, this is the girl I'm gonna marry.
Did she have anything to say about that?
And then I threw a rock at her face.
Like, metaphorically?
No, I was just a kid. I had a very limited game book. She still has a little scar. You can see it when she smiles. I'll never live that down.
I imagine things improved from there.
We became best friends. Then we grew up and became what we are. Or were. Or...
The courtship of the young.
So you and Jessalyn must have dated for quite some time.
Actually didn't start dating until a year ago.
Really?
We both dated other people, but nothing worked out. One day, Clara had enough and sat us down and said, everyone knows you're gonna get married. Go to it already. Jess was mortified. I took her out to the coast since that always cheered her up. We talked through the night, and by the time the sun came up, it just stopped sounding so silly.
I'd better get going.
Good
Later.
old Clara. Who he still doesn't know. cemetery. Oh, is this? I thought there was a path the other way, but maybe I was disoriented. Yeah, I'm sure I was disoriented. Let's wander around the graveyard at night. Oh, it's open.
Hey! You're not Savannah.
No, but you must be Wade.
Is she with you? Are you the new assistant? What's his name, get canned or something?
Logan? I don't know. All I know is that she thought I'd be the right person for the case. She's not coming.
What did you just say?
She said she was sorry to send me, but nothing could get her to come here.
I never took her for a coward.
Well, she seemed pretty scared of the ghosts.
Ghosts? No, that ain't it. She's scared of seeing me.
Two of you had a thing, huh?
I hope Savannah understands the mess she dropped you in.
What kind of mess?
Take a look around and then you tell me. Who's more welcome here? The living or the dead? Anyway, Savannah had a package sent. I guess it must be for you. It's up in the house.
Ah.
From what I understand, the Thornton family business is very successful.
Yep. We got money and all the trouble that buys.
Who else is here?
Clara, that's Jessalyn's mother. Colton, her fiance.
Anyone else?
Depends what you mean by anyone.
Any other alive or verifiably real people?
No.
Verifiably real people.
What do you think of Colton?
I do not like that shifty little punk, but I have said that about all Jesse's boyfriends. With him, I mean it a little extra. Something's crooked with the two of them together. I don't know if she can see it or not.
Who runs the family company?
Clara.
Do you think that's fair?
No.
Would you like to run the company?
Good, sweet nonsense, no. Do not even imply that I'm after that to anyone.
Good sweet nonsense.
Why aren't you in the house?
I'm only on the island because Jessalyn's missing. Nothing's gonna get me in that house.
Experience with ghosts.
What's Clara's relationship to the rest of the family?
My cousin, Harper and Charlotte's cousin. She lived with the girls after her mama passed.
Do you know Savannah?
I did, once.
And now?
And now I don't.
There's a juicy story here.
How did you meet Savannah?
We went to the same bookstore.
You don't seem like the type.
I'll take that as a compliment and an insult.
Nancy?
How long ago was this?
A while.
Be nice,
Gone
Nancy.
now. It was a little old dark place. Carried these musty old books. Stuff that didn't exist anywhere else.
What kind of stuff?
All sorts. But I was there researching our family. Savannah had this way of reading, like there was something she needed to know real bad. One day I finally asked, "What is it you need to know so bad?" You know what she said?
What?
Nothing. She handed over the book she was reading and walked out. At first, I'm feeling a touch rejected. But then I look at the book.
What was the book?
That was the crazy thing. It was the Thornton family book of names. births, deaths, marriage, and so on, going way back.
Why would she have that?
Why, indeed. I had to know. Took me some doing, but I tracked her down.
It's a bit of a jump, isn't it?
So you met Savannah because she was trying to find Charlotte's ghost?
One of those people who met her was Savannah. Ask her, and maybe she'll tell you about it. After that,
I will.
she became obsessed with Thornton Hall. We got to know each other. I fell for her like a Black Tuesday banker. In the end, the landing was just as rough.
Okay, that's great. I'm going to have to start using that, and then asking if it's too soon.
You said you were researching the family. Why?
After Charlotte died, that's when something I always knew came out shining so bright, I finally had to admit it. Long as it's been growing, the Thornton family tree's been split down the middle. The evil roots always trying to strangle out the good. I used to think I was on the side of good.
And now?
What do you think?
I think you are.
Don't be so sure.
Does anyone actually live here?
No one lives out on the island, but just on the shore.
Were you close to Jessalyn?
Everyone was. Everyone is. She's the bright spot of happiness in this whole miserable family.
Goodbye.
Later.
He doesn't want to use up all our questions. Is that strange?
No need to jump, just me.
Can you tell me about some of these stones?
I'll tell you what I can. But sometimes it's best to just look and listen.
Hey. Ruby. Ruby Newton. A spark at birth. A flame in life. A quiet ember in the night. Trying to get reception, are we?
That there is
Rose.
Clara's mother.
What can you tell me about her?
Not a great deal. She loved her secrets. Never even told Clara who her daddy was.
Why not?
Don't know. When Clara was about 10, Rosalie got real sick. Every day Clara would ask about her daddy. I think she was afraid of being left to fend for herself. But Rosalie wouldn't say.
May she rest always at peace. It's a large tree.
Harper Stone.
Harper?
Indeed. She ran away shortly after Charlotte died. Long enough that we thought we'd lost her too. One day she walked in the front door looking wild and thin as a spring sapling. Never said where she was. Her granddaddy was so mad he left the stone to remind her of what she'd put them through. She'd sit out there and read. Don't know if it was spite or if it made her feel at home. Knowing her, probably both.
So did he put that stone there while she was still alive?
That blank one is my favorite.
Why is that?
Who doesn't want a celebrity in the family? Especially one that rubs all the wrong people the wrong way. The Gray Lady. In the Civil War, they say she was a spy, passing codes for the North. If you look, you can find some of her contraptions here. Her service gave the Thornton family this land.
I have to go back in and read that book on the mantle. Wait, which one did? Something May Newton. Died January 13th, 1933. Give me some good music. Aww. You guys are getting harder and harder to ban with your long, stupid names. Thornton Cemetery, established 1866. This plaque honors those who found their final rest beyond the family grounds, including Franklin Thornton, born May 4th, 1895, died October 25th, 1917, defending his nation, dedicated January 15th, 1918. A strange feeling that thing moved a second ago, but... Hey, Zatara, welcome in. I'm doing all right, thanks. How are you doing tonight? Oh. "54 souls. Ooh, making chicken curry. Sounds good. Hope that's not too difficult to make. I've never tried to make it. Pardon me.
Roger and Marie, side by side from the day they married to the day they died. Both real sweet. Charlotte and Harper's parents. May they rest in peace.
Oh. Sorry you have an early morning, though, but yeah, I hope then it is easy to eat dinner. Roger Drummond Thornton. 43 to 84. Side by side from the day they married. To the day they died. Oh. Alright, tombstone's cracked. They're the ones who died in the plane crash. Right? Ooh, a crypt. Are we gonna get locked in here at some point? Okay, tell me that, like, skeletal angel did not just wave at me. Nancy may be a skeptic, but I feel like at this point, she'd be like, well, I guess ghosts are real. Now that I'm not a skeptic, I have to leave the case. I'll tell Savannah.
It's locked.
I've seen. Ooh. More graves. Luther,
My daddy. Mama called him the king of slamming doors. He had a hot temper, but a soft heart, and no mind for business. He wasn't intuitive. He brought me out here to the stones at night. Taught me how to open my eyes, shut up, and listen. You rest well, Daddy.
So it goes. And so to rest.
Virginia, my mother. Rest her soul.
Can you tell me anything about her?
Just that I miss her, and I always will.
Gone, never forgotten. Lee Thornton, 1915 to 1975.
That's Charlotte.
Dear sweet Charlotte, please come back. That's a sad inscription.
It was a sad time. None of us wanted to see her leave. We didn't expect it to become what it's become.
I mean, she did come back, evidently. Oh, only 21. Sarah Emma Thornton, 1842 to 1887. May she find her voice once more.
Beauregard Thornton. Mean old codger.
Is he the one who put up the stone to Harper? But he found it very hard to ride over Beauregard. Those songs that get stuck in my cursed head. There's definitely no other way to go here. And that mist. I love it.
What's up?
Well, what do you think happened to Jessalyn?
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid thinking about it. I have a... My mind can get caught up in a real dark place. You know, when things around me get bad.
What do you mean?
Ignore me. I've been up way too long.
Do you know anything about Clara's past?
No. It's funny you ask.
Why is that?
I could tell Jess had something to tell me about Clara. She'd get so close and just stop dead.
She never told you anything?
I know Clara's mom died when she was young, and she ended up living with her cousin's family. But that's it.
See you later.
Goodbye.
And that she never knew who her father was. Those lights are going to blow out at some point, aren't they? Oops. Assuming it's the fruit, but soda and vinegar. I assume we can't rip the nails out with the picker. She's still there. Go away, Clara. You're interfering with my snooping. That's helium. However you pronounce that, I assume it's helium.
Nancy.
What's the story with the locked room upstairs?
It's Charlotte's. We don't go in there.
It might help me figure out what's going on if I could take a look around.
Best of luck. That door locked itself up tight the day of her funeral. There's not a key in this world that'll open it. I've tried.
What about a sledgehammer in this world?
Is there anything else I should know that might help me find Jessalyn?
Yeah. Keep a suspicious eye on Wade.
Wade didn't seem all that dangerous to me.
He neglected to tell you about his time spent in jail, I see.
As a matter of fact...
Wade's a nice guy when he wants to be. And only when he wants to be. I'm happy we have another set of eyes looking for Jessie. But I do hope you know what you're getting yourself into.
She's not gonna tell us what he was in jail for. Hey, Guitar Cat, welcome in. How are you doing tonight?
Everyone else seems to be avoiding the house. Why are you in here?
You'll think I'm crazy.
Not after the day I've had.
Fair enough. I guess I want to be close to whatever it is that took Jessalyn.
Whatever. Oh, I'm sorry you had nightmares, Guitar. I remember that when I was younger. Yeah, having nightmares and then not wanting to go to sleep. So, yeah, welcome into this game. We're in a possibly haunted house, and we just saw a skeletal angel over a crypt beckon to us that was carved out of stone. So the perfect game to relax and forget your nightmares to. We're going to antagonize her by letting her know that we smeared turpentine on that painting. Can you ever really antagonize people in Nancy Drew games?
I'd better get going.
See you later, hon.
After we pissed off that jock who said that he doesn't like pushy dames. Did you say pushy girls or pushy dames? What's this? And that's, a fancy smartphone with a GOG captcha in the background. Who knew? Cats. Stone cats. I like it. Spooky. Yeah. Steam. Didn't even try to make a joke about Steam. Well, I don't know. Maybe they weren't putting the games on Steam when this game was released. Anyway. Yeah.
Hi, Nancy. Did you get the package I left for you?
Not yet.
Ask around. It should be there by now.
Oh, yeah.
What have you been up to since we spoke last?
I've been teaching the road to know my wheels.
Are you working on the next book?
I've been running away from the next book. And an empty house that was filling up with chatty ghosts. But who knows? When I'm out of gas, maybe I'll have no choice but to listen to what they have to say. If they're interested, I'll send you a galley to proof. If they're not, guess I'll go teach.
Galley. Weird. Just heard that at work like a week ago. I didn't think I'd heard it before. Real Bader Meinhof stuff.
Do you know anything about the factory accident?
Nothing I can verify. It's been scratched out of the local history. When I was there, I expected to feel something when I stood near the old factory.
And nothing?
Like a
As many
scythe in your
spirits as I
gut.
expected. I only met one.
Charlotte?
That'd be the one. Dear, sweet Charlotte, the terror of Black Rock Island.
Let's stir up some drama, chat.
I spoke to Wade.
I figured that might happen eventually. Can I explain, or are we beyond that?
I'm sure you have your reasons.
I do.
Wade said he was expecting you. Why didn't you tell me that?
I was going to come. I meant it when I told him I was coming.
But then?
But then I got scared.
What scared you away from taking the case?
To be blunt, the living Thorntons are just as scary as the dead ones.
Why?
They've dug so many graves on that rock that death himself is on the Christmas card list. I can't help but wonder if they're misfortunate fools or just addicted to Sunday clothes and the sound of a spade taking a bite out of cold clay.
Okay, this game has really good
See
writing.
you later.
Y'all be careful now.
Check.
All the tombstones.
Did that.
Explore as much as we can. Oh yeah, Addison.
Check. Check.
Oops. Does Clara know about the
Yes.
package?
I'd better get going.
Take care.
Can't do that right now.
We could just go ask Wade, I suppose. But I don't know if we'll need a clean napkin. But
What's up?
nothing.
Goodbye.
Bye.
I can't leave now.
Yeah, the ferryman's gone.
Wanna hear a ghost? Check it out.
That did sound a bit creepy. Oh, the direct approach.
Do you have a key to the crypts?
Sorry.
Is that a no?
Is it true that you have a questionable past?
You asking if I really went to jail? Yes.
No,
I advise against it.
Why?
It's not a fun place and they don't let you leave.
No, I mean, why did you go to jail?
I know what you meant. I took a tour of the seasons. My debt is paid, that's all.
I mean, this is the more innocuous.
I'd really like to know.
The nerve you got.
Yeah, serious. Finally, somebody calls Nancy Drew out.
Savannah said Charlotte was supposedly a ghost.
Not supposedly.
In my experience, ghosts tend to be not real.
Then consider yourself lucky. In my experience, of which I have significantly more, reality isn't that simple.
Have you ever actually seen this ghost?
This ghost was my cousin Charlotte, and yes, I saw her. I saw her grow up. I was here the night she died, and I've seen her since. much as I wish that wasn't true.
Though I guess, spoiler alert, the ghost dogs of Moon Lake weren't ghosts, and the shadow at Water's Edge wasn't a ghost. And I don't know. Or maybe Nancy is just conveniently forgetting other ghosts that she met for the sake of being a skeptic, because the plot demands it.
Can I listen to more recordings?
Sure.
Can I listen to more recordings?
Sure.
Maybe eventually we'll hear something.
Can I listen to more
But maybe
recordings?
not.
Sure.
Sounded vaguely like a ghost cow.
I found a set of graves without names on the markers.
That is where our troubles began.
What happened?
Most of the family'd rather it never come up. Our first factory was right here on the island. At the time, it made us a lot of money. But along the way, we got greedy. Never built a place for the workers to stay. They'd bed down right on the processing floor. Nothing for heat in the winter, so the workers built fires inside. One winter, there was a wicked cold snap. They built a couple of extra big fires, and in the night the fumes built up. None of them ever woke up again. That's when we split in two. Half saying this will never happen again, and half saying accidents happen. Grieve and move on.
Oh.
What did you mean about the family being split in two?
You wouldn't know by looking around here, seeing the state we're in, but we're loaded.
What's that have to do with anything?
The Thornton family bought its money with blood, and not always our own.
And you think one part of the family had more to do with this than the other?
I don't speak ill of the dead, especially not when they're staring up at the soles of my boots. Look around. You'll see.
Have you always been a ghost hunting enthusiast?
I'm not exactly enthusiastic about the dead, no offense meant. But yes, I do find it interesting.
Why?
Life is a quest for truth, is it not? And death has a way of stripping away all pretensions.
That's pretty philosophical for a guy wearing boots.
You Northerners don't have a lock on big thinkers. We got plenty. Like Roscoe J. Redbrook and the Gimbaltucky Boys, and I dare you to say their lyrics don't equal those of the Greek poets. And we got that old guy with the white suit and the chickens. Point is, I like ghosts because they show me
Colonel
what
Sanders?
is, not what I want to see. And wearing boots don't make you stupid. Makes you smart, if it's muddy.
That was a weird thing to say, Nancy. Let's be real.
When did the factory accident happen?
That was more than 100 years ago, and we still can't move on. That's why this house still stands, I think. Until we Thorntons decide who we're gonna be, we're stuck on this island. You should see it on a summer day when the ocean and the sky are sharing the same blue, and the grass is bright. But here it is, gray and dark, under all the misery we've heaped upon it.
Jesus, Nancy.
I'd better get going.
Get on out of here now.
Well, I mean, I see why he might be a little miffed. Oh, the 54 souls, I guess. Everyone who died, 54 workers died in the accident. I wonder who started this one. You have a flower for the ghost. broken window. So somebody found the key to Charlotte's bedroom. Survive until morning. A creepy spider, alive or dead. I feel like we should ask Clara about this scavenger hunt. Oh, we should call Addison too. Keep wondering if I'm going to see the package sitting around here somewhere.
Hi.
I'd better get going.
Goodbye.
Yes?
At least it's decently bright out here. Oh, what the heck?
Who else was in that old portrait with you?
You know, hun, we had that covered up for a reason. I can't talk about it. Not right now. Please, just leave me be.
And it's still covered up. I didn't deface your portrait, Clara. Oh, there are limits to what Nancy Drew even would do. Okay, no, we can't show it to her. Ooh, nice. Nancy Drew plays Fatal Frame.
Hello?
Addison? My name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling to see if you can help me with something.
Is this about Jessalyn?
Yes?
I can't. I'm sorry.
The sooner we can find out what happened to her, the better her chances of survival.
Okay. I'll help with what I can.
How's Jessalyn's relationship with Clara?
Okay. Maybe a little strained.
How so?
Jess used to call
Have
her
you met
Chairman
Clara?
Mom. Behind her back, of course.
Chairman Mom.
Do you think Clara could have anything to do with Jessalyn going missing?
I don't think Jess was afraid of Clara. But still, I can't say for sure.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of Colton?
What's to think? He's always been decent to me and Jess.
The bedroom key is crossed out in the scavenger hunt. Do you know where it is?
No. Jessalyn must have found it, but I couldn't tell you where it is.
Can you walk me through what happened the night Jessalyn went missing?
She was about to get married, and I think the pressure of it was getting to her. It was supposed to be a night of blowing off some steam. Jess always loved a good scare. She used to make me sneak into scary movies with her when we were kids. So, in a weird way, spending the night searching for a ghost sort of made sense for a bachelorette party. At first, it was really fun. We were running around trying to scare ourselves silly. We were making these recordings like we were on a ghost hunter show. Then, things got strange.
Is there anything you remember that might help me find Jessalyn?
No. Actually, wait. Hang on. Upstairs, there was this door. Jess was desperate to get it open. Between you and me, I was relieved that she couldn't figure it out.
Really? Why?
I could feel eyes on me all night long.
Can we not get her to talk about how things got strange?
What were you doing at Thornton Hall that night?
A scavenger hunt, but I don't know. There was something strange about it.
In what way?
Jess was looking for something toward the end of the night, kind of desperately. It stopped being fun. That's all I know.
How was Jessalyn acting that night?
She was classic Jess for most of the night.
Then something happened?
Yeah, we were in the house and suddenly she just screams. And then she's nowhere to be found.
What happened?
I was alone in the house, jumping at every noise, too afraid to move. It felt like hours. Then she came back. She wouldn't say what had happened. She wouldn't even talk to me. She wanted to be left alone. She went downstairs, and that was that.
You said things got strange.
go.
What did you mean?
It was her and me up in that freezing house, and I remember thinking, I'll never get to sleep. But then I started to feel fuzzy.
Fuzzy?
Like I was underwater or something. And I noticed Jess was gone again. I wanted to get up and find her, but I couldn't move. It was like this invisible hand was pinning me down. I heard a strange voice. It wasn't Jess. Then it was the morning. I was alone and Jess was gone.
You said you heard a voice.
Charlotte. I'm sure of it.
Did she say anything?
She sang. I only heard a little bit.
Oh. I think that could have been what made her feeling fuzzy, Guitar. If we knew the song she sang.
Would you consider yourself a believer in the paranormal?
If you'd asked that last week, I would have made some crack about Bigfoot.
And now?
And now I'm going to say that I don't believe. Because I'm afraid if I let myself believe, I'll be opening a door that no one can close.
Wow. Oh, the feeling of having a weight on your chest could be due to carbon monoxide poisoning. Interesting. Maybe there will be a logical explanation for some of this after all.
Did you notice any secret passages or tunnels while you were at the house?
No, but it was so drafty in there, it would surprise me if there weren't.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See anything here? Wait, is that something? Wait. Now that's a trash can, but damn it. I thought for a second I saw a box. There. Oh no, it's an upset column. Never mind.
Check.
door, yeah. Hey, Wirebrain. Nancy drew in the mystery of the constant color puzzles. Oh, we haven't run into any here yet, so maybe this will be a nice color-free game, but check out. Like, at some point, between, like, earlier ones we played in this, they changed it so that now magnifying glass doesn't just change color, it actually starts glowing. Makes it a hell of a lot easier. But I hope you're doing well tonight, Wirebrain. Are we talking about black cats from Freddy the Pig books? Wait. There. Nancy. Yeah, there. Finally. Oh yes, may the 4th be with you as well. God, I should put that on my what's it called? Byline. Anyway. Jovic Tech. EMP reader. Boy. Just get Julie Masters to show us how to use this. Right, Revenge of the Fifth. I should have played a Star Wars game tonight. Oh well. Some other time. Reminds me, they're bringing Revenge of the Sith back to theaters. I actually saw it last time it was in theaters. It was pretty solid. Which one? Which Revenge of the Sith? Is there more than one version? I mean, I wouldn't put it past you in the history of Star Wars movies being meddled with. Nancy, here's some of my old paperwork from when I was looking into Charlotte myself. I know you're going to be looking for Jessalyn during the day, but night is the best time to investigate the family. That's when the spirits get restless, in more ways than one. You'll probably get more out of the family then anyway. The EMF gadget I included works pretty well on the property. I don't normally use these, but there is a strong correlation between the meter peaking and documented sightings. I know you don't like things that can't be explained, but just because it can't be explained yet doesn't mean you should disregard it. Call me if you want to talk. I don't know what help I can offer, but I'm here if you need me. Good luck, Savannah. Oh, yeah, I have played the old wireframe arcade game. That's really fun, and I have the 32X like remake of it. And I think I have the original I have the original PC port of it. Getting that to work might not be so easy. It would be fun to play a bunch of Star Wars games. But part of me is like, I should stream all the Star Wars games, and part of me is like, oh wait, there are about 57. But I will play Rebel Assault at some point. I tried the first one out, because I have the CD somewhere. I almost bought them in the GOG sale. And maybe one fine FMV February we'll play through Rebel Assault 1 and 2. Jedi Knight was so good. March 4th. Subject, swimmer. Type, Visual/oral contact. Oh, okay. So Sega had a newer Star Wars arcade game than the wireframe one, and that's what the Sega 32X was a port of that. Got it. I don't think I ever played that one. I did play the Star Wars Battle Pod in an arcade, like, 8 or 9 years ago. That was good. Shame the arcade, or Dave and Buster's, got rid of it. That was pretty amazing. See, type visual/oral contact. Notes, near death. I was 14. My younger brother was about 12 at the time. I was a bit of a scrawny kid and caught more than my fair share of trouble on account of being the smallest. But I was no coward, and I was itching to prove it. That's when I caught wind of Charlotte. I got it in my head that if I spent the night out at the island, the kids at school would leave me alone. Doesn't make sense now, but it made a lot of sense then. I made this big deal about sneaking onto the island, and everyone was interested, especially my younger brother, Sean. He demanded to come. And to be honest, I was happy to have the company. We spent a while trying to get a boat, but no one wanted to lend a boat to 2 kids in the middle of the night. Go figure, right? I knew if I didn't make it out there, I'd never hear the end of it. I'd made too big a deal out of the whole thing. I was locked in. That's when I decided that we should swim over. Anyone who grew up here knows you don't do that. The swim's not far, but the currents, they'll smash you on the rocks, or they'll pull you under. That's exactly what happened to Sean. 1 second he was next to me, and the next he was gone. I panicked and dove into the water. Nothing. Again and again, nothing. But turns out he was fine. He made it to shore. I was the one in trouble. I kept going under until I got disoriented. I couldn't find which way was up. I knew that was it for me. I knew I was going to die, and I could feel the fight going out of me. That's when I heard singing. The water around me went still, and a song started swimming its way around me, pulling me towards this thing, this woman, Charlotte. The water was ice cold, and she was turning it to steam. Smoke was pouring from her like ink under the water. I knew I couldn't die down there. I knew I had to get out of the water. I don't know what happened next. I woke up on the rocks, then in the hospital. I never saw her again. I spent the rest of my life trying not to look. Oh, the Sega Star Wars arcade game was rare, but cool, it was 2 players. And yeah, Star Wars Trilogy. I did play that. They had the local arcade that closed down during the pandemic, but that one was harder because the cursor, like in the space level, the cursor was red and outer space was black. So yeah, what the F? In the old Atari one, it was nice and white cursor against black space. That's how you do it, devs. Take note. Tagger. Type oral/phantom smoke. Notes, no eye contact. Possibly unreliable or not telling entire story. Yeah, I saw her. It doesn't matter why I was there. Let's just say I'm an artist. Underappreciated in my time, and by the powers that be. I was out with a few riders I liked to run with, out in the ruins, was working on her stuff like she always did. A little cute for my taste, but she is who she is. Suddenly, she drops everything and was like, "We gotta go right now." She said it like, "No drill, just run." We grabbed our stuff and we ran. As we were going, there wasn't smoke, but we were all choking like there was. We could all smell a fire, and in the distance, we heard screaming. I wanted to go back, but Elle told me that what we heard wasn't human. We all knew she was right. We got off the island. That's all it was. Man. if carbon monoxide could play it. Rolling it somehow. May 1st. Old friend. Type non-haunt. Notes skeptic, mild hesitation. I knew her. We came up in school together. She was the smartest, the prettiest, and nice. She didn't need to be, but she was. She talked to everyone about their lives, their friends and families, and she could remember it all. We used to joke that she had the whole town in her head. Maybe it was more true than we thought. When she died, part of the town died with her. I know you don't want to talk about I know you want to ask about the hauntings, and I'd rather you than someone else. You know that stuff doesn't sit with me, but you come from good people. The truth is, she's just gone. Part of me wishes she was a ghost so I could go tell her my proper goodbyes. But anyway, that's silly for 2 reasons, since she's been made up to be such an angry ghost. I've heard the stories just like you did. That's not Charlotte. Not the Charlotte I'd known. There was no evil in her. Do you think what happened that night she died might have changed that? It was an accident. What if it wasn't? Then, she's Charlotte. She always was Charlotte. Did she die? Encounters retold. Alright, Wade said Savannah was researching for a book. Well, let's go over to Charlotte's room and put this puppy to the test.
Check.
Is that? All right. We read that one. Oh.
What was that?
What did it look like, Nancy? Nancy's like, well, I just saw a semi-transparent woman walking towards me, but I don't believe in ghosts. Oh, yeah, we're getting some readings. It's not in the red, but it's in the, I don't know, purple or something. Some color before red. Well, that's worth telling Clara about. Losing my way.
Yes?
I saw something really strange.
I did too.
What do you think that was?
Excuse me, I need to be alone.
Well, why don't you go be alone somewhere else so I can search through the briefcase? Is he just in denial about it being a ghost?
Hi.
I'd better get going.
Later.
Is it just me, or is Colton surrounded by flies? Oh, it's a bug zapper. That's what that noise is.
You scared me.
Do people really come here trying to meet Charlotte's ghost?
Around the time Charlotte's ghost was driving the family away, the stories started to spread. Little kids around here started playing this game to scare themselves silly. They'd turn off the lights and say,
Bloody Charlotte, bloody Charlotte, bloody Charlotte.
"Fire so red, night so black. Dear sweet Charlotte, please come back," over and over again until they just about scare themselves to death. It was just a game, but that's when people started jumping the fence at night hoping to meet her, saying that same silly rhyme. Most would just come and go in peace, but the ones who found her, it messed them up real good. A couple even went into shock.
I saw something I can't explain in the house.
That's why you couldn't get me in there for nothing.
I don't believe in ghosts, but
That don't stop you from feeling them. Would you believe my happiest memories live in that house? Christmases and long summer nights stargazing on the roof.
We actually gonna ask him that.
I'd better get going.
Bye.
It might trigger something else. Anyway, let me save. Oh. Character limits.
Turns out I am interesting, looks like. What you need?
You don't seem like a bad guy. Can you tell me why you ended up in jail?
You really want to know?
I do.
Then listen. I don't care if you believe me, but keep this to yourself.
Okay.
I wasn't close to the company then. Still ain't, but I heard through a friend of the guy down the way. You know how it goes. I heard that our processing plant in town was up to its old tricks, hiring people who couldn't afford to quit and treating them beyond bad, locking them in to meet quotas and such. I asked Clara. She denied, naturally, but it made her so mad I asked. I had to go check it out myself. I went in the middle of the night, and right away I saw it was true. The exit was padlocked, right in plain view of the world, and no one cared. I broke in, that's true. I was furious. I broke one of the big machines, that's true too. So there it is. I stood up, and boy, did I get knocked down.
You must be pretty mad at Clara.
You don't even know the half of it.
Can't blame him.
Goodbye.
Adios.
So, let's just head up to the crypt for a moment. Adios, yeah. I know it was the other ones, wasn't it? The other way. Yeah. Pretty low on the ghost-o-meter.
I'd better check out what's going on upstairs.
Oh, that is real. that's diegetic chat. Just assume one of these portraits is going to look at me or something.
Make yourself blind. Call Charlotte home. I need to figure out what this means.
Even ghosts have their favorite haunts. Charlotte requests a meeting with you. Recite a rhyme with dreadful meter, where dreadful meter is at its peak. Make yourself blind, don't dare peek. Call Charlotte home and hear her speak. She may just let you live. I mean, the meter's high, but it's not in the red at the door. Still, I can try it there. I can figure out how. Should go try it in that workspace. Around this door. See if anybody else got killed by this booby
It's
trap.
almost off the charts.
Ooh.
This must be the place.
Yeah. What am I doing? I saved not that long ago, but I will. I mean, it could also just be a trick to kill Nancy. Fire is hot, night is dark. Look for Charlotte in the park. Here, ghost. Come on. Here, ghosty, ghosty, ghosty.
Fire's so red, night so black. Dear sweet Charlotte, please come back. What's going on? Where are you taking me?
Tell me, who are you?
Nancy, I'm here to help Jessalyn.
Give me a reason to let you live. Mind you, a good one.
What?
One reason to spare you. Give it to me now. The spirits are growing impatient with my mercy.
Spirits.
I'm here to find Jessalyn. That's reason enough.
Foolish, but come. Remove the blindfold.
Just who are you?
Harper, can I trust you? Can you be trusted?
I mean, says the woman who has a gravestone in the cemetery. Too soon?
Well, that depends. Can you be trusted?
That's a no now, isn't it? You'll be wanting to know why I am hiding under the house.
That would be at the top of my list of questions, yes.
It's because I don't want anyone up there to find me.
Why not?
It is undeniably frigid here. Cold as the crypts themselves. I'll build a fire, and the fire will build some smoke, and the smoke will build some rain.
Are you ignoring my question?
Not ignoring, no. Elongating the moments in between the asking and the hearing. Pausing for effect.
Okay. Could you tell me now?
A moment, hon. Ahem. It's because I'm a grandly unbalanced sociopath with delusions of grandeur and a history of erratic behavior and violent tendencies. My family resents me. They have publicly said that I'm a freak. People in the town point and stare. The neighborhood children used to call me Witch Lady until my dedication to the ironic led me to bake cookies for the sweet darlings. But it was my love of the dramatic reversal that won out in the end, and I threw the little runts down a well.
You what?
Oh, I'd never do such a thing. But it would be funny. Not funny, haha, but funny. Ah! Help, I'm in a well! So that's me. Tell me about you. I bet you're fascinating. Oh, wait, shut it. I forgot the most important thing. Do not tell anyone I am down here. If you do, I'll just do something rotten. Here, take this.
Okay, Harper is quite a character. Kookiest Harper I've seen since Wizards of Waverly Place.
Go now.
What is she holding out to me?
I should look for those portraits.
Find me again. Look to the portraits. We still don't have... So I guess now we can come and go freely. Maybe not. Did Harper set up that booby trap to kill anybody who came here? I mean, she is a sociopath with a history of violent tendencies. From what I hear.
That's done.
Oh, damn. Someone found a hammer or anything. What appears to be a weight puzzle of some kind. Oops. Oh. Yes, I was going to call Bess and George. Oops. Well, I was going to call Bess. George is skulking about Bess's house. Oh, actually, we should tell Addison what we saw.
Yeah?
Do you know anything about Harper?
Just what I've heard from Jessalyn. Apparently she handed in her sanity card a while back. Jess said Clara was always worried Harper would return.
Why?
I think she was scared of her. She told Jess to call the police if she ever saw Harper.
See you later.
All right. Later.
Creepy Harper. I have a BBC version. I don't know, I did hear, like, Star Wars radio drama. But I can't remember if it was I thought it was American, but I haven't listened to it in years. I still have it. Like a friend from I saw the mother of a friend of mine from middle school when I was in college, and she gave it to me. And also a guy I was trying to work with on a radio drama had like a radio show on campus, and he was playing it. It was really good, though. It expanded some of the story. Oh, right. I was thinking of calling Bess.
Bess's phone.
All right, bonus Ned. What are you two up to?
Ned.
George is in New York.
So, she got the internship with that Technology of Tomorrow place?
Yeah, Ned and I were just planning a road trip for when you're back. I was in the middle of trying to convince Ned to grow a bad mustache so we can hang out in Brooklyn.
Not going to happen.
Someone has to, Ned, and George already said no. It was a really angry no, too. Anyway, did you make it to the island?
I did.
I've been doing a little research, and I can see why Savannah sent you.
Why's that?
If I believed in ghosts, I wouldn't come within a few hundred miles of Black Rock Island.
I can definitely see why. Even I have to admit it does have a certain abyss gaze is also into you vibe to it.
Put that on a billboard.
I've got your back. I've been reading up on missing persons cases and hauntings.
Really? Oh, that's great.
I, on the other
She
hand,
sounds
have been
kinda
watching
hesitant.
videos of otters. So good at stacking things. Additionally, I've kidnapped Ned. I've been so bored since George left, and Ned's a very active listener.
Mm-hmm.
See? And he's also very quick to Stockholm.
Nickerson family trait. We like being liked.
Oh, thanks, you two.
Is Bess trying to make me jealous? She's not doing a very good job. Oh, because that was originally BBC, the one I heard, and I didn't realize that some of the ways they expanded it was from scenes in. They were storyboarded and planned for the movie, but never shot. They went into Grand Moff Tarkin a bit. They showed a bit more of him talking to Vader. Oh, and they got John Lithgow for Yoda. Didn't they do the first two, like, and then they did the third one years later, or am I misremembering that? God, I might only have the first and third one. I should remedy that, yes, then let's go. Going to buy 30-year-old box sets of audio cassettes, because this is a good way to spend our money. Well, I remembered reading that, but yeah, this would have been years ago I read it. I really should listen to that again. It's just so good.
There's something strange about Jessalyn's disappearance.
What's that?
There's no ransom note.
That does complicate things. But I've read that most missing person cases involve the immediate family.
You're right. I guess the best move is to keep the family talking. Maybe they'll let something slip.
Or maybe they're trying to tell you something.
How so?
Remember in Kyoto, you told me that ghosts are what people invent when an injustice can't be fixed?
Sounds me-ish.
That's the case here.
Sounds
Once you
me-ish.
figure out what the deal with the ghost is, I bet it'll point right to Jessalyn. And if the ghost is real, then case closed. A ghost did it. If that turns out to be the case, please don't tell me. I like living in a world where ghosts are probably not real. I already have to vault into bed
Bess.
after every scary movie for fear of ankle grabbers.
Ankle grabbers. Of course, it could be that the ghosts are real, but they weren't the ones who did it. Let's explore all our options, Bess. Go to the Nigel edit. This is a fan edit of the Star Wars radio dramas.
I met Wade.
I still say giving your child a verb for a name dooms them to a life of hearing mediocre jokes. What's he like?
He's got a bit of a rough edge. He seemed surprised that I came instead of Savannah.
What do you mean?
He wanted Savannah here, specifically.
Why?
I don't know, but I intend to find out.
Yeah. Maybe there's some things Savannah still needs to tell us. We haven't called her since we opened the package, have we?
I want to catch you up on the case.
So it's a missing persons case, right?
Do you think she's actually missing?
I don't know.
She ain't here.
I've heard of runaway brides, but I don't think that's the case.
If it's a missing persons case, why aren't the police taking care of it?
Well, they are, but since she's an adult, there's only so much they can do.
Ned was telling me about the ghosts out there. Do you think maybe they're related?
Actually, I believe in this ghost.
Ned, do I have permission to do a spit take in your living room?
No.
I'm doing it anyway. Say that again.
Please don't.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stand down, Bess. The Nickersons are a tidy people.
I wasn't really gonna do it, guys. Unless someone made me laugh. And this is that super red soda that's still on the market, even though it's been linked to distractibility in 9 out of 10 Besses. Back to you. Are you finally trading in your Skeptics Club card?
And this the dinner that probably won't happen this year?
9
No
out
way.
of 10 Besses.
People here believe in the ghost. I think if I don't take the ghost story at least a little seriously, I might miss something.
Smart.
Well, I hope so.
Oh, Bess is such a great source of comedy. But she was drinking Big Red. Big Red standing by. Yeah, the Nigel edit takes away all the breaks and the credits, so it's just one complete, like, uninterrupted radio play. Cool.
I need to charge a phone that has no charger.
I'm not good with koans. Ned?
Oh, I got this. I once made a potato battery by hooking up some wires.
Yeah, well, I once turned a potato into an abomination by forgetting about it for a year. Sorry. It's hard not to get jealous around Mr. Knows Things here. Continue being useful.
Actually, that's all I've got. If you find some potatoes or oranges and some alligator clips, that might get you part of the way there.
Bess just needs to forcibly insert herself into the conversation.
I met Harper.
What's she like?
She might be completely crazy. Either that or she wants me to think that's the case.
So, who is she?
She's a Thornton, all right, but that's pretty much all I know. She seems to be hiding from everyone.
Hiding?
For the moment.
You met a weirdo who has an obvious affinity for ghost kidnappings during the course of your investigation of a ghost kidnapping? And you didn't tell anyone? Ned, say something to uncrazy your girlfriend.
Don't be that way.
She asked me not to tell anyone,
Not
Bess.
compelling, Ned.
Should I say it like you would?
If that's what it takes.
Yes.
Nancy, your newfound buddyship with that baddie basement dweller is freaking me out.
I have trained you well. Now go, Nancy. Paddle like the wind.
All right. I think you may have a point.
So, I don't know if they had a different writer for this game, where the writers were just like, you know what, we've been doing this for 15 years at this point. Let's just have some fun with it. The kiddies are going to love it. And half of them are grown-ups anyway. And the ones who started out as kiddies are now grown up. Oh, no hints, though. Yeah, let me go back and read that book again.
Goodbye.
Talk to you later.
Not if I talk to you first. This thingamy. something. I can't tell if those are clips or wires in that jar, but I'm assuming I still need the nails no matter what. Maybe once I have everything, then she'll lay it all out. But, That's pretty amazing, but I wonder if this works with, you know, considering when this game came out, I assume it can be like zinc-filled pennies. Need a nail for that anyway. Interesting. Someone on YouTube took the radio dramas and added visuals from comic books and... Shoot, this is the ratty shirt. And comic books and trading cards and things. I just wonder if they find a way to work the Rabbit Man in there. Oh, yeah, I know. Listening to radio dramas in the car on long trips was the best. I haven't taken a long car trip in years, but my father and I would still do that. Yeah, we listened to this old serial called Moon Over Africa on one trip. Wish I still went on trips more. All my trips are mostly flying home to see family. Yeah, I mean, I assume we're going to use the fruit because you're right. Alright. Well, we found oranges and pennies. Can we start by... So she'll say, I wonder if...
That didn't sound good.
Yeah. No, even though a scythe fell, the trap... Wait. What about that scythe that fell? Can we not pick that up and use that? Wait. No. Cotton gin. Which there's no way to interact with. No. But after we turned around. Nah, it's not going to let us pick it up. Well, the forms of people or something. Yeah. We're picking up a field. More importantly, Clara's gone. And so's her briefcase. I bet Charlotte took it. And she's looking through it even now. Yeah, notice I went to Charlotte instead of Harper. As opposed to the actual logical assumption. The portraits. What do you want from me, Nancy? Within the scavenger hunt. Wondering again what those numbers are. I assume that I'll be a puzzle later. I'll come down to knowing what people's names are, like Karenina and Dodge, for example. Or was it, and Sarah was called Nana, I think it said.
The letters must be what that note was referring to.
Oh,
all right, now to find all the others.
We are just going to destroy all the paintings. What the F, Nancy? Nancy Drew is a violent person. Hey, Dragon of the West, welcome in. How are you doing tonight? You guys, please go check out the Dragon of the West. Ooh, more Baldur's Gate 3. You say you're starting a new playthrough of that? Or finishing up your last one? Just beat on permadeath, shit. Wow, so you beat it all without a single death. That's amazing. For such a long game, too. How did she know, does it? Is it obvious that something's being painted over here, chat? We'll automatically add them. Yes. Takonot. Good thing Clara's not here. Didn't say. Oh, without a death, just that nobody came back. Well, I assume that meant you didn't die. Oh, but if you have multiple people in your party. Oh, good, I'm not. Is this one of those RPGs where you can sometimes bring them back to life after they die? Y'all know more about them role-playing games than I do. Oh, them Baldur's Gates. Oh, like... I played Anne. That count as a role-playing game? Des Iv. Sounds Latin. Teg 3. Is that one that was missing? Abe 5. Done all the damage we can do there. Oh, I guess that tells us which space to put them in. Cotton. I killed 50 men. Sorry, wrong cotton. Ing. Gin. Cotton, gin. Get. Seeds. No. Case. No. I can not figure out the last line. It shouldn't be that hard. Especially a sharp thinker. But I know we've seen a cotton gin. Looks like a little motorcycle leaving. So, are you guys able to unscramble this chat? Found all the portraits.
Can't check that off yet.
No, we haven't. Still, that's selected. What does the game want me to do? It doesn't give me a way to solve. I type or say that I'm solving this anyway, but God, this last line must tell us what to do. Something else with the cotton gin. Wait. They mentioned a secret code, and we never read that book about female agents in the Civil War, did we? Espionage in a bonnet. In 1794, Eli Whitney changed the course of U.S. history when he invented the cotton gin, a machine which performed the quick separation of cotton seeds from the cotton itself. This labor-saving device revolutionized the plantation economy of the South, cementing its dependence on slavery, and settling the country on the path to the Civil War. When the first shots of the war were fired in 1861, both the Union and the Confederacy turned to espionage to try and gain the upper hand. The famous generals and leaders of the war are well remembered today, but they couldn't have accomplished what they did without the female spies who played a shadowy part in obtaining the state secrets. Rose Greenhow. I remember them teaching us about her in school. Wild Rose Greenhow was a member of the Washington's elite society and loyal to the South. When war broke out, she used her social connections to obtain classified information, which she then passed along in code to the Confederacy. Intelligence gathered by Rose was hidden in the hair of a female courier, and this helped General P.G.T. Beauregard win the First Battle of Bull Run, though she was later watched by the Union and eventually placed under house arrest. Rose continued her intelligence work and became one of the most renowned female spies of the war. Harriet Tubman, best known for her role in leading slaves to freedom through the Underground Railroad, Harriet Tubman also served as a spy for the Union while working as a nurse in South Carolina. She recruited former slaves to act as scouts who collected intelligence on the location and movement of rebel troops, reporting this back to the Union. And yes, we definitely learned about her in school. Belle Boyd. Maria Belle Boyd came to the attention of the Confederacy early in the war when she shot and killed a Union soldier who had threatened her mother. Although only 17, her self-confidence and wish for vengeance led her to become a spy. Belle found that the flirtatious behavior which was cause for concern among her peers could be used to advantage as an undercover femme fatale. After beguiling Union soldiers into telling her classified information, she forwarded this intelligence to the Confederacy. Belle became a courier herself, even personally delivering messages to General T.J. Stonewall Jackson. She was arrested repeatedly but refused to let her incarceration stop her, and remained a Confederate spy throughout the war. Elizabeth Van Lew. A prominent Virginian, Elizabeth Van Lew was proud of her roots but opposed to both slavery and secession. When Union prisoners arrived at Richmond's Libby prison, Elizabeth succeeded in gaining permission to bring books, food, and medicine to the incarcerated men. Information passed between Elizabeth and the prisoners through secret compartments, in dishes, and hidden messages in books. When the Union heard of her work, they quickly recruited Elizabeth as an official spy. With her Richmond connections in society and the prison, as well as her personal network of agents, Elizabeth sent her intelligence work to General Ulysses S. Grant, written in codes and invisible ink, providing invaluable information to Union cause. Sarah Emma Edmonds. Oh yeah, Frank Thompson. Sarah Emma Edmonds was one of approximately 400 women who fought in the Civil War as a man. Cutting her hair short, adopting men's clothing, and taking the alias Franklin Thompson, Sarah joined the Union Army's 2nd Michigan Infantry. She initially served as a male nurse, but soon turned her talents at undercover work to spying. Wearing elaborate guises, from an Irish woman to a male slave, she infiltrated Confederate lines. She maintained her persona as Franklin Thompson until she contracted malaria and had to leave the Army for medical treatment, since seeking help with an Army doctor would have revealed her true identity. Sarah eventually received an honorable discharge from the Army, with a bonus and a pension under her true name, and was the sole woman member admitted to the Grand Army of the Republic following the war. These women and countless others portrayed a critical part for both the Union and Confederate causes. The female agents of the Civil War used spy tech of the 1860s, such as ciphers, invisible inks, and secret compartments, and even the rumored self-destructor, which would destroy its own contents if opened incorrectly, to prove that women were as capable as men when it came to espionage. Wow, was that a real thing? There's the last line, not scrambled, but a cipher. Messages in books. London used a lot of spies in the Revolutionary War? Interesting. God, I feel like I remember them mentioning that, or learning a little bit about it in school, but I couldn't tell you any of the details. I remember sometimes the, what's it called, the American forces were able to trick the British. So many fascinating things in history. Just hoping that I'm not missing the hammer or something. Okay. Oh, Matahari. Oh, it didn't work for her a lot of the time. I mean, I know of her, but I don't know a lot of details of what she did. Yeah, it's just this. I've looked at all the pictures. Yeah, let's talk to who we can. Hey, where did everybody go? Are the bug zappers out? Right, I know she was like seducing like the Germans and trying to get information from them, but it didn't. Sometimes it worked better than others. Like everybody's gone. Eerie. Wait. Skeleton. Can't be that. She was... Oh, she was killed by firing squad. And she blew them a kiss goodbye.
Nancy, what's happening?
Defiant till the end.
I just saw a ghost.
So what are we talking? Puppet? Mirror tricks?
No, listen, don't tell anyone else this.
Is this going to be a ghost blind item? A well-known spirit was spotted at a popular haunt canoodling with a certain ghost about town known for his habit of appearing in mirrors.
Can you channel serious Bess for a moment?
Okay. Homework, my dad talking about taxes, that picture of a puppy who got lost. Old paintings of European royalty. I'm there.
Thanks. Since I've gotten here, things have been getting stranger and stranger. I can't shake this feeling. It's like an odd weight. I'm not saying the ghosts are real here. I'm just saying... I don't know what I'm saying.
That doesn't sound like the Nancy I know.
I know. I just need to clear my head. There is always a scientific explanation.
Ned, you gotta tell her to come home.
Still gotta work on that whisper, Bess.
Nancy, you're really scaring me. Come home.
I will, just as soon as I can.
Maybe the scientific explanation is that Ghosts can be proved by science. Yeah, she does sound like a very colorful character, Wirebrain. The Matahar was inspired by early film and theater stars. I mean, yeah, they mentioned the weight again, Kitar, and the paranoia. Yeah. I like your theory. I'm wondering if this is going to come into play.
I met Jessalyn's mom.
Poor her.
Assuming she's innocent, what's your impression?
She's reserved. Can't fault her for that, but it does make her hard to read.
I've never been a mom, but I have owned my fair share of fish. And no way anyone could take care of something and even think of... Nancy, it's too sad. Can't do it.
I owe it to Jessalyn to distrust everyone, even her.
I know. This case is like a big, fat, tall cloud of sadness that's sitting in front of me and using its cell phone when it's not supposed to.
We just got back from a pretty rowdy opening night screening of the Relation Shipwreck. It was really bad.
All I want is to see the screen and to not deal with jerks, to have a movie-style romance, and for no one to get hurt ever. Find her, Nancy.
I'll do my best. Promise.
Okay, Bess has just gone full-on ridiculous. I mean, she's been ridiculous in other games. Remember that Rube Goldberg contraption? But... are you going to give us something useful at some point, Bess? Oh, so some hauntings in real life were actually a result of carbon monoxide poisoning. Wow.
I met Jessalyn's fiance, Colton.
Neat.
Where's he fall on the cute to guilty spectrum?
That's not a valid spectrum.
Like fun it isn't. Oh, is this because Ned is on the line?
No.
I'm not calling off the dogs. You're just going to have to find a way to tell me that balances the public's need to know with Ned's presumably fragile ego.
My ego is perfectly fine.
Is that so?
Nickerson men laugh in the face of insecurity.
That's so, Neddard? A test. Nancy,
Neddard.
describe Colton's looks using the International Ned Cuteness Unit. We talking half a Ned, 2 Neds?
1/10 of a Ned.
That's very nice of you, Nancy, but no need to spare my feelings.
Good, because an underappraisal like that means he's way better looking than you.
Let's refocus.
Right. Ticking clock, kidnapping, etc. How guilty does he seem? For consistency, please state your answers in Ned Unit.
Couldn't tell you yet.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem as
Colton's
worried
not
as
that
I'd
sexy.
expect, but maybe he's the type to internalize his feelings.
Huh. So that's a thing you can do?
The boyfriend is statistically favored when it comes to crimes like this. Try to get him talking about the relationship. I studied that in preschool.
Bess does not know how to do that. Bess is the ADD to Nancy's autism. I like that guitar cat. And how are you, Nifty Ness? You guys, please go check out Nifty Ness. 1/10 of a Ned.
See you later.
Bye. Hi, Nancy.
See you later.
Bye.
Okay, so they're not giving me any hints. Bastards. At least when Bess was joined with George, they would sometimes be marginally helpful. I mean, okay, Ned did say, yeah, if you need to charge a phone, go make a battery. I figured that out. Actually. Who picks these pictures?
You've done a lot of research on the Thornton family, right? What have you found?
Like a lot of powerful families around here, they were forged in the Civil War. Like every war, it was a brutal thing that made a lot of men dead and a couple of men rich. Or women, in this case. The family matriarch, the Gray Lady, they say she was a spy for the North.
Is that true?
Could be. She kept records like a spy for sure. Which is to say she didn't. One thing's known. She fed the North troop positions that turned the tide of more than one battle. She was compensated quite well for it. The island itself was a gift. She was either a traitor or a spy. That's why the Northerners got to calling her Gray Lady. If you ask me, she started a nasty Thornton tradition. Success at the cost of innocent blood. Anyone who tries to write things in that family gets ostracized or worse.
Yeah, they did mention assistant, didn't they?
What happened to your old assistant, Logan?
He fired me.
Doesn't it usually work the other way?
You'd think so. He got fed up with me.
Why?
He gave me an ultimatum. Write the draft or he'd find someone else to work for. I do not do ultimatums.
I do not do ultimatums.
Tell me what happened when you met Charlotte.
I'll tell you, hon, but you got to remember that you are not like me.
What do you mean?
I have opened the door to the spirit world, and you have not. And don't you dare do it, ever. You hear?
Yeah, I can agree to that.
Tell her.
I mean it. The dead are just like lost children. If you're out there leaving a trail of breadcrumbs, they will find you. Enough of the PSA. I snuck out there to the ruins on the anniversary of her death. I waited in silence for a long time. Nothing.
You didn't say the rhyme?
Oh, that. Oh, it's cute, but I wasn't looking for my daddy's brain-dead bloodhound. They come when they come, and in the dead of night, she came. Stood right beside me. Just me and her, eye to eye, for a hot minute. Finally, she reached for my wrist. She pulled me through a fog that became smoke and then fire. She pulled me back to the night she died.
Could you see what happened that night?
I couldn't see a thing. I could only feel the heat. I could feel how sad she was and how angry. I'm sorry, hon. Talking about it don't come easy.
I wasn't trying to find my daddy's brain-dead bloodhound.
I'm just trying to fit the pieces together. What does Charlotte have to do with Jessalyn?
All families got one thing in common. Every generation, just like the last. There's some rebels and some oddballs that break the mold. But for the most part,
Rebels,
one
you say?
generation gonna follow into the footsteps of the next. From what I gathered, Jessalyn seems to be cut from the same cloth as Charlotte. You ask me, if someone saw Charlotte as a threat, then Jessalyn's been born behind enemy lines.
You said you opened the door to the spirit world. What did you mean?
You really sure you want to know?
I'm curious, and no disrespect, but...
Last time, I told you how my daddy got me interested in ghosts, but that's only part of the story. When I was young, there was a spot in my room where I could fold back the wallpaper. There was this gorgeous old wood behind it. I mean, to me it was. I'd trace the ripples in the grain with my finger for sometimes hours.
Why?
I don't know. I was a girl, and it was the only thing I knew about that no one else did. I don't know exactly when it started, but I began to trace a beautiful old willow into the wall, over and over again. Strong limbs running up to the sky, and the tangled roots grabbing tight at the dirt. I was obsessed. I traced the tree until I knew every detail. I even started to see it after a time, little indentations in the wood. But one day, the lines felt strange and cold. And I realized it wasn't the wall I was feeling. There was a girl on the other side of the wood. She was showing me what to draw. She was trying to tell me something. I should have shut my eyes tight and glued the paper back. But I didn't, and I couldn't. I let it teach me the shape of the tree, again and again, until one day I saw it in real life.
What happened?
Not a thing until a strong storm hit a few months later. I don't have to tell you what they found when they pulled what was left of the willow tree from the ground, now do I? That's when I decided I would learn to listen. I knew even then it had come at a cost. I just had no idea how high.
See you later.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. That about the Spy Museum in DC. A lot of cool exhibits.
Later.
Y'all be careful now.
I would like to see that sometime. No. Oh, you've been there too, Guitar Cat. Oh. Which one was the grey lady? Just saying they had it in anime. Is it that one? Yeah, just a whim. But Operation Acoustic Kitty is a great name. I've been reading about, or hearing on the radio about the founder of Boy Scouts being a spy. At one point when he was about to be caught, he dumped brandy on his clothes and pretended to be a drunk tourist. Got out of trouble. That was Sarah Emma. It's weird that everybody disappeared. Nope, no.
I can't leave until the boat returns.
Right, so neither can anyone else. Gonna be looking for a place to stop soon for the night, but perhaps it was just the wind. And basically, we have to either find a way to get those nails out of the wall, or we have to solve the riddle. The picture is next. Nice they changed the color of the ones that you've checked off and move them down. Nice! Kid who was going to get a ticket covered his face with paper and was crying and tricked the police into thinking that he'd already gotten a ticket. That's fun. Can you guys figure this out, chat, or is it a cipher? I mean, we've got cotton gin get seeds, but then Abe Lescas. BEA. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there are so few ways you can switch those letters around. Unless, for those ones, the space, like it's, yeah, the space between them is somewhere different. Or, wait. Scales. Scales. I don't think there's anyone named B. No. Okay, there's no way to interact with this, right? Yeah. I think so. If we approach the cotton gin from the other side. Oh, see if there's anything, because that was where we got. What the fuck was that? I didn't get a good look at it, but it was just some, like, giant, like, maggot-like thing. You think it was a cat? A bag monster. That was creepy, yeah. I mean, it looked like a maggot to me, but I was, you know, kind of zoomed in looking at something else, and then only got a glimpse of it. Are we sure this isn't a horror game? Wait. No. Tells the words on the... Yeah, same thing. It's been a while since we saved, isn't it? We haven't found a manual for how to use the cotton gin here, have we? looked at all the pictures, yeah? Yeah. I looked at that one. Oh. Oh, no, you're right. We haven't.
That's it. Now I should be able to figure out what the code means.
Oh. So they rigged a cat up with... Wow. $20 million to rig the cat up with high-tech microphones and transmitters. Sex is so insane, it's like something out of a spy parody. Wow, it's like something out of a Get Smart episode. So I don't know why it wasn't. Oh. It was split between two different portraits. No, thanks, Wirebrain. Now, Clanabe. One might even say balance.
That's it.
The cyborg cat actually worked. They could hear. Oh my god, that's sad.
How do I get this working again?
The cat got hit by a truck. Well, I hope the CIA find and painfully killed the driver for hitting the cat.
I need to put the combs on first.
The combs? Oh, because it died before it was useful. They didn't want to do it anymore because it was such a waste. And that goes all the way back, right? Yeah, I mean, I get it, like, after such a big loss. Isn't it this one? There's me taking it off. The CIA claims they decided not to, and just unmade the cyborg cat and gave it a happy home, which sounds suspicious. I tried all of these. Yeah, take it to the nice farm. There's no way to move these or anything. Gonna be one of these. I tried all of them in the first slot, right? Is that one hitting on? Oh, the bottom one. Is that the one I had there before? Shoot. Maybe it was. I tried all the others, because we need to get them all on there, right? Is it? Oh, they would have had to train the cats if it had been a cat that was already going into the embassy. 67, wow. I'm trying to see which this one's getting caught on, because... looks like it has holes in all the right places. Why won't it go all the way back? Oh yeah, not easy to train cats. Alright, that one is obviously missing a hole there. Let's say one. This one. So many have a hole for this one, so... yeah, it's gotta be one of these top three, right, chat? guess it's the bottom one that's catching it, even though it looks like there should be one there. Yeah, that one doesn't. Another piece with a hole on the lower left. Huh. But in this, and which one's catching it then? My understanding is start over. Can. Sorry, the blank one with Japan on it. Sorry, Japan? I'm not sure I'm understanding. There's one of these look like it has Japan on it, like from a map. So that's the one that goes furthest. Third. Oh, this is Japan. Okay. So, wait. So both of these go all the way. Huh. Oh, I missed that before. There we go. Lower left. Yeah, like sometimes it feels like the one that it's not letting me. Maybe my mouse is too high or low to let it slip on naturally. Nope. So now they know it might try and trick me. Now that looks right. Then wait, tell me that's not strange. Why won't it go? It's not stopping. Indeed, but only 2 are available. Sorry, I'm not understanding. But neither of these will fit here now. And that one is obvious why. There's no hole for this one. But this one, I don't understand why. That goes now. There we go, chat.
Fixed it.
Look at Nancy, fixing cotton gins. Oh, it would reach past the... Oh, I see. The additional piece would extend too far. Gotcha, I wasn't thinking about that. Still works. Impressive.
Done. That's all of the seeds.
Oh.
I have to find a way to balance these scales.
Disable the booby trap. There. Oh, there's one more. Wait. No. One more on this side. What am I doing? No death needed. Make sure there's not, a VHS tape lying on the ground that I can only see when I'm facing one direction. Yeah, the arithmetic with the putting all the seeds on the balance. It was nice that I could just see which needed to be adjusted and mess around with it.
That looks new. It might be Jessalyn's.
Coco Kringle. Did we come across this in another Nancy Drew game? Now with 79.5% less fat. Is that La Vache? It's very cow. think vache is French for cow. I know it's vaca in Spanish. Victoro. Hope we didn't need that for a puzzle, Nancy. Don't know where that's been. Oh. Yeah. 6x. 6 times 3 equals 1 plus 4 times 3 plus 5. Yeah. I don't know about that one. That might have been a key, though. Ooh. Vash. Vash. No term. Oh, Vash. That's how speech chat just said it. Yeah, no, it said Vash instead of Vache. I obviously do not speak French. Well, Vache rhymes with cache. Wedding notes. You know my mom, and you know me. So when you look over this list, don't forget the crazy requests are not mine. My one request is that you show up and wear a suit. What follows is a list of demands from on high. Also, tell your mom that I'm fine doing whatever, but she's got to go toe-to-toe with my mom about any changes. She will, trust me. Let's just try not to be near that. So here goes. Your groomsmen, no beards or piercings or tattoos, and they should all be wearing the exact same shade of black. That is just not going to happen, since I made the mistake of having friends with personalities. No wedding DJ. It has to be a band, and not Brian's band. No one likes wedding DJs. I already told Brian his band could play. They'll behave this time, I'll make sure of it. Table cards. Go talk to my mom about this. She'll make you pick out which ones you like. Pick the second set she shows you. If you pick the first or last, she'll assume you weren't paying attention. It doesn't matter what you pick, but I doubt that you care. Do not care at all. My mom wants to mix all the guests up at the wedding so people mingle. It is up to you to stop that from happening. No one likes that because it is a stupid idea. Not looking forward to that. She's going to try to get you to force me to uninvite a few of my friends. Obviously, not going to. When she tries, just say, I'll try, but you know how Jess is. Why can't you deal with this yourself? Why all of this stuff about your mom? She does realize I'm not marrying her, right? Menu. Past. Oh, have a good night, Guitar Cat. Thanks for coming to hang out. Yeah, we'll be wrapping up soon. Oh. Cache might not have a terminal vowel in French either. And hey, Techie Rob, thank you for contributing to the community challenge. You guys, please go check out Techie Rob. British streamer who plays a lot of old 2D games. And occasionally 2D games. But a lot of 3D, but a lot of 2D. Oh, Metroid Fusion. That's a 2D one, right? Can't keep track of all the supers and fusions and primes and other M's. Past cucumber tea sandwiches, caramelized onion, pecan tart? No. Quail egg and caviar over scalloped mousseline, chilled strawberry soup with balsamic clouded etched ice ramekin. Balsamic clouded etched ice. Did you hire one of those molecular gastronomy guys? Of course. pecan-crusted trout with greens and new potatoes, braised short rib, poached peach, fried yam tartine. Why not fried chicken and cheesy shrimp, grits or mac and cheese? That's what everyone's going to want. Why make everyone eat food that requires appreciation? I want to read the rest. There we are. Dessert. Doesn't that say desert? Brioche and dark chocolate pudding served with white peppermint cream. Multi-tiered white on white cake with fresh berries. Oh, shouldn't this be fun? Man, I could go for that brioche and dark chocolate pudding. Reception. Caterer's choice of bar snacks. We need to reserve a block of rooms for the wedding. My mom will provide you a list of the things she'll want with regard to the rooms. No, just one list. The list can't have an item that is another list. Is wedding prep a stress test to see if you really want to get married? Is that what this is? Because that has to be what this is. I think we can safely say Clara is a little bit much.
The Thornton family tree. Might come in handy.
Yeah. Wait. Saw a question mark. Oh, I bet it's for Clara's mysterious father. If she has a father. Is that Harper? Oh wait, they were one and the same, weren't they?
That's done. Check. That's done. That's done. That's done. Did that.
Is she going to attack us? Probably not. Oh, we can pan. Books. Charlotte's cryptic obsession with Jackson was indeed grave. Was she in search of something lost, or lost in the search itself? And who was this Jackson? They say dead men tell no tales, but that isn't true now, is it? That phrase itself came from a man who is now dead, and still telling tales, and letting his thoughts go traveling through humanity like hitchhikers, patiently waiting to get to the next town. Who is Jackson? Who is Jackson indeed? What's he hiding, and who put it there? Was it Charlotte? Is that all that's in there? These wine bottles? Oh yeah, no shortage of creepy spiders here somewhere. Yep, that's a barrel. What's this device, and is it dangerous? Hiya, Harpo, miss me?
Speak.
There's one of these. Why do you try to let me get disemboweled? No. Trying to.
See you later.
Go, leave.
Trying to decide if that's. Oh, yeah, it's late. You know, maybe this is a good place to start. Or to stop, because then we can start with our big conversation with Harper next time. So we've got several questions to ask her, yes. No. I just hit save. Oops. And that's Nancy drew The Ghost of Thornton Hall, which is shaping up to be a fun one. Yes, feels like we haven't run into that many actual puzzles yet, but a lot of exploring and talking to people and learning the story. Hey, that's fine. It's fun. And God, I hope we get another look at that, like, grubworm bag monster. That was like, yeah, it's one of those things that random things happen on the screen when you're not expecting it. It's like what I would expect from Alone in the Dark too, but here it is in a Nancy Drew game. We should find somebody to raid. Let's see who is still online. It's not online anymore. Let's see the playing. He's playing Klonoa too. I've seen several people playing Deus Ex recently. Wonder what sparked it. Ooh, should we? Playing rare. I have played Deus Ex, Zatara. I did love it. It's only 25 hours to beat. You know how thorough I can be. But well, I would stream it. I might feel tempted to stream the sequel. And from what I've heard, the sequel isn't good. I've heard the prequels are really good, though. I wonder if we'll ever, like, throw out the sequel and get a good sequel to Deus Ex. At this point, unlikely, perhaps. I mean, they'll probably just... If it hadn't been for the sequel, or the prequels, they probably would have rebooted it by now. You know how they do. Okay, it's Damaged Plushie's birthday. Let's go right to her and say hi. Oh, Game Dungeons did episodes on Deus Ex. I mean, I actually have a copy of the sequel. I have like a somewhere back in my closet. I have a 2-pack of Deus Ex 1 and 2. So I could just replay the first one. Thanks for getting me in. Thanks for getting me in. Thanks for getting me in. Electrocute that damn Australian girl. Oh, right. But what's coming up on stream? Wednesday we're going to play more Assassin's Creed. Here, at least do a couple more streams of that, even if I decide people aren't excited by me playing through the whole thing. I don't know. And then Saturday, we might do Short Horror Saturday, or we might do another Bob game. And I'm trying to get a copy of one called Bulldozer Bob.
Sammy, boots, boots, boots. Sammy, boots, boots, boots. The first one's name was Sammy Boots.
Matt Glad, thank you so much for the
Purblind Gamer SLURPITY slurp.
Slurpity slurp. We haven't had a good Legacy of the Grain Lady ASMR redeem in a while, have we? You guys, please go check out Matt Glad. He was a fellow retro streamer. There's a lot of older PC games and action games especially. But thank you for the bits, Matt Glad. It's good to see you. And I've been enjoying Assassin's Creed 1 AWOL Trooper. It's feels like a game, the type of action game I enjoy, and not, and big but not so gigantic it becomes unmanageable. Like, I played some of those GameCube and PS2 games, and this was just one generation above those. So then possibly Bulldozer Bob next Saturday instead of Short Horror Saturday. And then Sunday we'll continue the Ghosts of Thornton Hall. The night when I'm playing a couple of long-term games, it's pretty straightforward. I don't have to worry about what camera I'm going to do next, and how can I get this stupid obscure game to work in Windows, because that's a thing that I go through sometimes. But yeah, we're going to raid Damaged Plushie because it's her birthday weekend. Oops. And she's playing Repo, the genetic opera. Anyway, oh no, she's not ending. It's just like an ad break. Okay. I'm gonna try to time it so we come in around the end of the ad break. Yeah, I like a lot of the things they do in Ghosts of Thornton Hall. They've made it slightly more user-friendly. Well, especially for people like me. But I never have any big announcements. I always feel like there are things I should do to improve my stream, but then I put more time into actually streaming. And anyway, we're going to raid Damaged Plushie and wish her a happy birthday. And thank you all for coming to hang out and enjoy more janky Nanky games. I appreciate all the chatters and all the lurkers, and thank you for the bits and the contributions to the community challenge and everything else tonight. And when I'm not streaming, you guys can find me on Twitter and MySpace, where I post stream announcements and random stuff. And you guys can find VODs of my past streams up on YouTube. And you'll also find me in the retroactive Discord server. Oh, no worries, Atara. Yeah, my pleasure, AWOL Trooper. I hope that you all have a good night. And remember, you may not want to go looking for ghosts, because maybe the ghosts will come looking for you. Even if the ghosts are just, carbon monoxide or crazy women hiding in tunnels. Have a good night. Say hi to Damaged Plushie. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday for more Assassin's Creed.